It's the new 96.1 Joy FM. Good morning. It's Joe and Cheryl, Buffalo's morning show. On the phone with us this morning, we're pleased to have Nadya Suleman, the Octomom. Good morning, Nadya. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Thank you for even having me. Thank you.
Hey, Nadya, now you've got 14 children. What are their ages now?
Oh, boy. Oldest is 11, and it goes all the way down to 3.5, and they're doing awesome. They're doing great. Healthy, thriving, strong, beautiful. So, they're doing wonderful, and we're in a good place right now.
How do you handle 14 kids? I've got 2, and I've got a hard enough time with dinner and back to school. 14's got to be difficult.
For me, looking back in time, it was harder with 2 or 3 with me, too. Because, you're more new. You're still learning as you go along. And I've implemented every parenting style you can imagine. So I kind of got it down to the point where I'm going to be writing a book on different parenting styles and which is the most effective. But they're great. They're amazing. They're very respectful people. And hopefully will be very beneficial to our society. I'm hoping to make enough money to put most of the little ones, at least, in medical school. They'll be doctors.
Well, you've done a lot of different things, and the media hasn't been especially kind. But we have to ask you. There's been some nude pictures.
I'm very honored to be part of video Octomom Home Alone. And it's just that's been an amazing, originally very scary experience, but I'm very proud of it now because I faced my own fear, my sexuality.
One of the ways we heard of that you're trying to make some money is dating. You've got some sort of bidding going on.
Price. It's called whatsyourprice.com. And again, it would be again my honor to meet a human being that would spend any money to want to meet me. It's more of an appearance thing, and I would answer I would talk with them at a very grounded, down-to-earth level, and I think we're definitely worth their while. There's not one person I've ever not gotten along with.
Nadya, how do you explain? How are you going to explain all this stuff to your kids if they ask questions with regard to the movies and all that?
They are so desensitized, especially by what we've been through. They're like, yeah, Mom, anything you can do to go make money. So if I'm away from my kids, you better believe I need to be getting paid. So if I'm going to spend any time away from them, I have to be making money. And it's consistent hard work that pays off in the end. You can't just sit down and just be lazy and just be like, put your feet up and be like, yeah, well, where's the money? Now it's all about how I'm going to provide for them and give them the best. I'm open-minded. And receptive to any opportunity that comes our way.
Do you think the media sometimes portrays you as being ditzy or sleazy? Because you really don't sound like it when we're talking to you here.
They've created a character that ceased to ever materialize. And I am very introspective and intuitive. And I've been, I almost had my master's degree in counseling. So I have a lot of psychological background, and they don't ever portray me as such because that doesn't sell. What sells? Sensationalism sells. Everyone knows that.
What would you like to be remembered as?
I'd love to be known as someone who's been actually inspiring to other moms who are struggling just with 1, 2, or 3, or 4. And in regard to level of resilience and coping, which is probably, I'm shocked at my own level of coping because 99.9% of people would have, after experiencing what I've experienced, would have been suicidal or homicidal. So I'd like to be known as someone who's very, very resilient, strong, and inspirational to women.
The last that we had heard was you're still trying to raise money for a new house.
Yeah.
Is that still the deal?
I'm very, very grateful right now for anyone who's, it's GoFundMe.com / Octomom Home. It all goes to a home, hopefully for my children. And again, they're like, oh, well, if there's any negative thought in someone's head, realize if I didn't have these kids, I would be in a 1-bedroom apartment in New York, probably living. It doesn't matter. It's a child's home. It's a safe home. We don't need some very, very expensive home. We need a home that's just safe and suitable for these kids. They deserve a better life.
Nadya, why not just do what everybody else does and go get like a regular job?
Yeah, traditional job.
See, everyone asks that question, and when you have to really reflect on that question, because if I worked 9 to 5 every day, or even more hours, how much money, all the money would go for daycare, number one. Number two, I would never see my children. And these untraditional jobs, I am traveling once to twice a month, and I'm with them the rest of the time. It's idealistic, actually, because I'm with them all the time, and I'm making 10 times more money doing these untraditional jobs. Whereas if I were to work, again, day in, day out, they wouldn't have any mom.
Well, what do you say to the people who say, well, you put yourself in this position?
Right, but I did not put a gun to the embryos' heads and say grow. I was expecting at the very most one, maybe twins, maybe. And, the most I thought, I envisioned my life having 7 kids, not 7 times 2, mind you. So, they're here. They're here, they're healthy, they're 3.5. And when they're 18, I still, you can hear in my head people saying, why do you have any more after 6?
Yeah.
People can ask that until they turn blue in the face, but the reality is you got to move forward.
All right, Nadia, thank you very much for taking time to talk to us this morning. Octomom Nadya Suleman, we appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.